For our project, we decided to explain to you some economic terms that can be found in the Bee Movie. In this video, we will be explaining to you goods, the factors of production, which include land, labor, entrepreneurship, human capital and physical capital, needs, wants, demand, shortage, and specialization.
Let's start off with a pretty basic term that is essential in this movie. Goods are the physical objects that someone produces. In the Bee Movie, the good that is being produced is of course honey, and it is being produced by the bees.
We're bees. We're the most perfectly functioning society on Earth. Hey!
The previous clip shows a bee drinking some of the honey from the fuel pumps, which shows that they use honey for basically everything, even to power their cars.
Now let's move on to the factors of production, which are the resources that are used to make goods and services. The parts of the factors of production are land, labor, entrepreneurship, and capital, which are physical capital and human capital.
I'm out! I can't believe I'm out! So blue! Whoa!
This is the city and park in which the bee's home or hive is located. This is considered as an example of land in the factors of production, and it is all the natural resources used to produce goods and services.
We know that you as a bee have worked your whole life to get to the point where you can work for your whole life.
Labor is the effort people devote to tasks for which they are paid. In the Bee Movie, the careers or jobs that a bee has is the labor in the very organized and precise production of honey.
Entrepreneurship is a person or a group of people who are willing to create a business and combine the resources to make a product. As shown in the Bee Movie, Vanessa is an example of an entrepreneur because she has her own flower shop. She must make important decisions so that her business succeeds. Within her business, she sells fresh flowers as well as fresh honey.
Got to start thinking bee, my friend. Thinking bee.
Thinking bee.
Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Thinking bee. Thinking bee.
This scene shows an example of human capital, which is the knowledge and skills a worker has. The human capital in the Bee Movie are the bees' knowledge and understanding of how to better produce their good, which is honey.
Physical capital is the human-made objects used to create other goods and services. This scene shows physical capital, which are the machines that the bees created to help them produce honey with more organization as well as efficiency.
Our homes, our schools, our hospitals, this is all we need.
Need is something essential for survival. In the Bee Movie, the bees need the honey to survive, and Barry explains how it is essential for them to survive by saying that honey is their home, schools, and their hospitals. Honey is all the bees have, and it is their lives' work.
For people. We eat it.
Why? You don't have enough food of your own?
This scene shows that the humans want the honey to eat for enjoyment, as they have many other foods that they can eat in substitution. Since a want is something that people desire but is not necessary for survival, it comes to say that the humans don't need honey because they already have a lot of other food that they can eat to survive. The humans' lives don't solely depend on honey, much like the bees' lives do.
Bring it in, boys! Over right there! Good! Perfect! Christopher! coming! I think we need to shut down!
Shut down? We've never shut down.
Shut down honey production! Stop making honey!
Demand is the desire to own something and the ability to pay for it. In this case, the change in the demand for honey is affecting the bees directly. Before, the bees would pollinate and receive nectar, then produce the honey. And in this process, some of the honey would go out to the humans for their consumption. Now, the humans are not allowed to have any honey, therefore causing the bees to get all of their honey back. The demand for honey has now decreased, as the humans are not consuming it anymore. The bees are getting all of their honey back, and by all, I mean all. They are getting so much honey back, which means that they cannot produce any more, causing them to have to shut down the production of honey.
Bees not needing to make honey would affect all these other things.
It's not just flowers, fruits, vegetables. They all need bees.
Well, that's our whole SAT test right there.
So you take away the produce, that affects the entire animal kingdom, and then, of course...
The human species? Oh. So if there's no more pollination, it could all just go south here, couldn't it?
Shortage is a situation in which consumers want more of a good or service than producers are willing to make available at a particular price. The shortage in the bee movie is when the bees take the honey back from the humans and the bees stop working because they have so much honey that they don't need to produce any more. By the bees not working, the humans as well as the environment around them get affected by this. Since the bees don't need to make any honey, they do not go out and pollinate the flowers and take the nectar, therefore the flowers start to die. As Vanessa explains, it isn't just the flowers that need bees. Fruits and vegetables also heavily rely on bees. The shortage of fruits and vegetables will then impact the animals greatly, which then concludes to an overall effect on the human race.
Where is everybody? Are they out celebrating?
No, they're just home. They don't know what to do. They're laying out. They're sleeping in. I heard your Uncle Carl was on his way to San Antonio.
This scene shows that there's also a big effect on the bees. The bees do not need to produce honey anymore, so there's a shortage of jobs. This causes the bees to not know what to do anymore, since they produced honey their entire lives. This causes a huge problem that basically correlates to all life on the planet.
I can't believe we're starting work today.
Today's the day.
Come on, all the good jobs will be gone.
Yeah, right. Pollen counting, stunt bee, boring, stirrer, front desk, hair removal.
Is it still available?
Hang on. 2 left, and one of them's yours. Congratulations, son. Step to the side, please.
Yeah. What'd you get? Picking the crud out?
Whoa.
That is stellar.
Wow.
Specialization is the concentration of the productive efforts of individuals and businesses on a limited number of activities. An example of specialization in the bee movie is all of the bees having different specialized jobs in the making of honey, so that in the end they can all work together to produce honey in a more organized fashion.